For 2 decades, television audiences watched a captivating dynamic unfold between two of the medium's most beloved figures. Their on-screen interactions radiated undeniable chemistry, characterized by subtle glances and profound emotional undercurrents. Yet, remarkably, they never shared a single on-screen kiss. The question lingers. What elusive secret prevented James Arness, portraying Marshal Matt Dillon and Amanda Blake, embodying Miss Kitty Russell, from experiencing this intimate on-screen moment in Gunsmoke? Today, we delve into a truth concealed for years, buried beneath the dust of Dodge City saloons and the strictures of Hollywood's golden age. Before we unveil this startling revelation, we urge you to subscribe to our channel and tap the like button. Your engagement not only helps this tribute reach more Gunsmoke enthusiasts, but also signals to YouTube the value of preserving classic Hollywood narratives for future appreciation. Every click and comment contributes to keeping this rich history vibrant. We promise what you're about to discover will forever alter your perception of James Arness and Miss Kitty. Now, let's explore the profound reasons behind that missing kiss. A mystery, far from what many fans anticipated. Was it personal reservations, professional constraints, or was there something more profound transpiring behind the scenes? Some speculate it was Arness's unwavering professionalism and inherent shyness. Others whisper of a contractual stipulation that prohibited romantic entanglement between the principal actors. A select few insiders even allude to off-screen tensions that producers worked diligently to keep hidden for years. And then there is the most debated theory of all, that James Arness himself refused to kiss Miss Kitty due to something she once remarked privately, something that nearly fractured their friendship permanently. Shocking, isn't it? But there's even more to uncover. Through exclusive interviews, candid confessions from the cast, and overlooked moments that never graced the airwaves, you will begin to comprehend why the narrative between Matt and Kitty remained television's most poignant, unfinished romance. Stay with us until the very end, as the ultimate disclosure, directly from James Arness himself years later, will irrevocably change how you view their relationship and quite possibly break your heart. When that happens, we encourage you to share in the comments what surprised you most about this untold account. Was it Arness's personal decision, the studio's influence, or the unspoken emotional truth behind that enduring silence? Your insights are invaluable, as every admirer of Gunsmoke deserves to know the real story behind Marshal Dillon and Miss Kitty, and the profound reason that kiss never materialized. 1. The man behind the Marshal. Long before he became the iconic figure of justice in Gunsmoke, James Arness led a life marked by hardship, discipline, and quiet resolve. Born James King Arness on May 26, 1923, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, he was the son of Ralph Circler Arness and Ruth Ducker, a diligent couple of Norwegian heritage. Growing up during the Great Depression, James learned early the importance of humility and perseverance. He wasn't one to dream of fame or fortune. In fact, his extraordinary height, which surpassed 6 feet by his teenage years, often made him feel awkward and out of place amongst his peers. Ironically, this very trait would one day become instrumental in defining his commanding screen presence. When the Second World War erupted, Arness's life took a drastic turn. He enlisted in the United States Army and served on the front lines as a rifleman. During the Battle of Anzio in Italy, he sustained a severe leg wound from enemy fire, an injury that nearly cost him his life. He was evacuated under heavy fire, later receiving the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart for his valor. The injury left him with chronic pain and a limp, which he meticulously concealed throughout his acting career, a testament to his resilience and professionalism. After the war, uncertain of his path, James took on various odd jobs, from loading trucks to working as a radio announcer, until destiny gently steered him toward acting. Encouraged by friends, he relocated to Hollywood, adopting the professional name Arness, dropping the U for a sharper sound. His initial years in Hollywood were arduous. He secured minor, often uncredited roles in low-budget films, diligently honing his craft. Fate intervened when he crossed paths with John Wayne, who recognized a special quality in the tall, soft-spoken young man. Wayne not only became his mentor, but also personally recommended him for the leading role of Marshal Dillon when CBS began their search. Unbeknownst to many, Arness almost declined the offer. He harbored reservations about committing to a long-running television series, uncertain of audience reception. However, once he embraced the role, his calm authority and quiet strength captivated millions. Off-camera, James Arness remained remarkably humble. He disdained the fame that accompanied success, avoided Hollywood social events, and granted interviews sparingly. Friends characterized him as a man who preferred the company of his family, his horses, and the great outdoors to the clamor of celebrity life. Those closest to him noted a profound sense of gratitude, but also a quiet melancholy stemming from his wartime experiences and personal struggles. He was more than an actor portraying a hero. He was a man who had already endured significant pain, loss, and demonstrated courage, allowing him to truly understand the essence of heroism. His journey from a wounded soldier to one of television's most enduring icons is a narrative of perseverance, discipline, and authenticity, the very qualities that lent credibility to every word uttered by Marshal Dillon. 2. The Lady of Dodge City. Amanda Blake, born Beverly Louise Neal, was far more than the glamorous saloon proprietress Miss Kitty Russell, adored by audiences of Gunsmoke. Born on February 20th, 1929, in Buffalo, New York, she was raised in a comfortable yet modest household that fostered creativity and self-expression. From an early age, Amanda was drawn to performance and storytelling. She cherished the enchantment of cinema and harbored aspirations of becoming a part of that world. Following her high school education, she worked as a telephone operator while actively participating in community theater, where her striking beauty and innate charisma garnered attention. She subsequently signed a contract with MGM, a titan of Hollywood's golden era, and soon began appearing in films throughout the 1950s. Her auburn hair, warm smile, and confident demeanor set her apart. However, it was the role of Miss Kitty on Gunsmoke in 1955 that irrevocably transformed her life. The character of Miss Kitty Russell, the strong and independent proprietor of the Long Branch Saloon, became an emblem of female empowerment at a time when television rarely depicted women in such commanding positions. Amanda infused the part with a blend of elegance, wit, and quiet fortitude, establishing Kitty as the heart of Dodge City. Yet, behind the charm and composure, Amanda's personal life was a tapestry of emotional highs and lows. She was married 4 times, each union concluding in separation or divorce. Friends often remarked on her yearning for the enduring love that Miss Kitty seemed to share with Marshal Dillon, a fantasy that reality seldom mirrored. Despite her fame, she frequently experienced loneliness, grappling with the challenge of balancing her career with her desire for stability and companionship. Off-screen, Amanda was renowned for her kindness and her deep affection for animals. She emerged as one of the earliest celebrity advocates for animal rights, contributing to the establishment of the Arizona Animal Welfare League and even creating a wildlife sanctuary for big cats, such as tigers and lions. She took immense pride in this work, once stating in an interview that assisting animals provided her with a sense of peace that Hollywood never could. Nevertheless, Amanda also grappled with personal demons. She was a habitual smoker for many years, a habit that ultimately compromised her health. In the 1980s, she was diagnosed with oral cancer, necessitating several surgeries and her retirement from acting. Even during her illness, she maintained her grace and humor, seldom disclosing her suffering publicly. Those who knew her described her as warm, generous, and exceptionally loyal, a woman who carried her strength with quiet but unwavering resolve. Her final years were largely spent away from the public eye, surrounded by close friends and her cherished animals. Tragically, Amanda Blake passed away in 1989 at the age of 60, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire. To millions of fans, she will forever be Miss Kitty, the spirited, compassionate, and courageous woman who brought both beauty and backbone to Dodge City. But to those who knew her personally, Amanda Blake was more than a television star. She was a fighter, a dreamer, and a woman who lived life on her own terms. Her story is one of talent, resilience, and a profound, unyielding passion for life, qualities that made her unforgettable both on and off the screen. 3. A complicated friendship. The bond between James Arness and Amanda Blake constituted one of the most compelling and subtly intricate relationships in television history. On screen, they portrayed Marshal Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty Russell, characters united by profound affection, mutual respect, and a silent, unspoken love that captivated audiences for 2 decades. Behind the cameras, however, their connection was far more nuanced than anyone could have imagined. From their earliest days on the Gunsmoke set, an observable chemistry existed between them, a natural ease that lent authenticity to their scenes. Amanda, known for her warmth and playful nature, often teased Arness, coaxing him out of his serious demeanor, while he, the ever-reserved professional, would respond with his characteristic, gentle smile. Cast and crew members described their friendship as one built on deep trust and loyalty. Though it was not without its tensions, James Arness was a man of few words, disciplined, private, and deeply introspective, whereas Amanda Blake was expressive, outgoing, and enjoyed socializing. Their personalities often complemented each other perfectly on screen, But off-screen, this same contrast sometimes created emotional distance. Amanda reportedly held a deep fondness for James, and many who worked on the show believed she harbored genuine affection for him beyond her character's portrayal. However, Arness, shaped by his wartime experiences and innate shyness, was cautious about forming overly close personal bonds. He frequently stated his preference for keeping his professional and personal lives distinct, which might explain his adherence to a strictly friendly dynamic. Despite persistent fan hopes of a secret romance, rumors circulated throughout the years. Whispers of shared quiet dinners or extended conversations after filming were common, but neither actor ever confirmed a romantic relationship. Indeed, both meticulously avoided gossip and consistently spoke of each other with profound respect in interviews. Amanda once described James as a true gentleman, noting he was one of the few men in Hollywood who treated everyone from co-stars to crew members with the same quiet kindness. Arness in turn admired her dedication and spirited nature, often remarking that she brought a unique energy to the set that kept everyone smiling. Nevertheless, disagreements did arise. Filming a show for 2 decades inevitably led to creative conflicts, and Amanda, known for her strong convictions, occasionally clashed with producers and writers regarding Miss Kitty's storyline. Arness, as the show's lead, often found himself mediating, striving to maintain harmony without taking sides. Despite these minor frictions, their friendship endured, rooted in genuine respect and shared experience. Both understood the immense pressure of carrying such a beloved program and offered each other support through the demanding filming schedules and the weight of public expectation. When Amanda made the decision to depart Gunsmoke in 1974, just 1 year before the show concluded its run, James reportedly felt her absence keenly. He later commented that the dynamic of Dodge City was never quite the same without Miss Kitty's presence. After leaving the series, Amanda and James saw each other less frequently, but they maintained a cordial relationship. Arness remained intensely private and rarely attended Hollywood social gatherings. Meanwhile, Amanda continued her philanthropic endeavors and occasional public appearances. In later interviews, Amanda alluded to their bond as something only they truly understood, a subtle acknowledgement of a friendship that transcended the cameras. They shared laughter, long working days, and an emotional connection that neither fame nor time could diminish. Their relationship was a beautiful paradox, intimate yet reserved, affectionate yet restrained, mirroring precisely the dynamic viewers observed between Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty. In many respects, their real-life friendship imbued their on-screen chemistry with authenticity. The respect, the hesitation, the tension, and the affection were all genuine, drawn not from a script, but from the authentic connection between two individuals who shared 20 years of their lives together under the enduring lights of Hollywood's most iconic Western. Hidden battles and private sorrows. Beneath the veneer of fame, smiles, and the legendary success of Gunsmoke, both James Arness and Amanda Blake carried substantial emotional burdens that remained largely unseen by the public. Their lives, while admired by millions, were marked by concealed struggles, private losses, and profound personal pain that shaped their identities beyond the glare of the cameras. For James Arness, the most significant battle commenced long before Hollywood beckoned. During the Second World War, while serving as a rifleman in the United States Army, he sustained grievous injuries during the Battle of Anzio. The wounds to his leg resulted in lifelong pain and a noticeable limp, which he diligently worked to conceal from the camera. Throughout his career, he endured constant discomfort, but rarely complained. His quiet fortitude became an integral part of his strength, both as a man and as the stoic Marshal Matt Dillon. Yet, beneath that composed exterior, Arness wrestled with emotional scars. The war left him haunted by memories of fallen comrades, and the subsequent fame brought its own form of isolation. He never felt comfortable in the spotlight, frequently describing himself as a private individual trapped in a public life. Away from the set, he sought solace in solitude, engaging in fishing, horseback riding, or spending time on his ranch, attempting to escape the pressures of Hollywood that never truly resonated with his reserved nature. His personal life was also touched by profound heartbreak. His first wife, Virginia Chapman, whom he married in 1948, tragically passed away from a drug overdose in 1977, a loss that devastated him deeply. Their marriage had already experienced strain due to his demanding career and her struggles with addiction. They had 3 children together, one of whom, Ralph, faced difficulties that caused James further emotional anguish. Despite these personal challenges, Arness rarely discussed his family troubles publicly, preferring to bear his grief in silence, much like the characters he portrayed. Amanda Blake, conversely, navigated a different kind of sorrow. Her life, while outwardly glamorous, was often shadowed by personal loneliness and health challenges that she bravely endured behind her radiant smile. She was married 4 times, but none of these relationships provided the lasting happiness she earnestly desired. Friends often observed that Amanda offered her heart too readily and struggled when others did not reciprocate her intense affection. When not working, she channeled her energy into animal rescue and charitable endeavors, finding solace in caring for creatures who could not inflict pain. However, even this devotion could not shield her from the detrimental effects of her long-term smoking habit, which ultimately led to cancer in the 1980s. She confronted the disease quietly, eschewing public sympathy and maintaining her smile through her suffering. Amanda's illness, coupled with the loneliness that often accompanies fading fame, made her later years emotionally taxing. She became more reclusive, preferring to spend her time in the company of close friends and the animals she adored. Yet, even as her health deteriorated, she remained proud of her legacy, stating in one of her final interviews that she hoped to be remembered as someone who cared deeply. Both James and Amanda shared a profound emotional resilience, an attribute that perhaps made them kindred spirits. They possessed the ability to mask their pain with professionalism, consistently delivering exceptional performances, irrespective of their personal circumstances. They had experienced loss, heartbreak, and disappointment, yet they never allowed these adversities to harden them. Instead, their struggles lent depth and humanity to their portrayals, the same quiet authenticity that made their performances unforgettable. Their concealed battles serve as a poignant reminder that behind every legend lies a human being bearing private sorrows, that no amount of fame or fortune can erase. And perhaps this is precisely what made them so relatable to audiences. Even when embodying heroic figures, they were, at their core, two individuals learning to navigate the weight of life's adversities with grace and dignity. 5. Later years, fame, withdrawal, and legacy. As the years progressed following Gunsmoke's conclusion in 1975, both James Arness and Amanda Blake embarked on new chapters in their lives. These periods were characterized by greater quietude, introspection, and the profound wisdom that accrues after decades in the public spotlight. For James Arness, fame had never been a pursuit. Indeed, he often described acting as merely a job, not a way of life. When Gunsmoke wrapped after an extraordinary 20-year run, establishing itself as one of the longest-running television series in history, Arness experienced a blend of relief and melancholy. He had inhabited the role of Marshal Matt Dillon for 2 decades, and in many respects, the character had become an extension of himself. However, once the cameras ceased rolling, James chose to distance himself from the whirlwind of Hollywood. Instead, he withdrew from public life, retreating to his home in California, where he discovered peace in the simplicity of nature. He relished spending time outdoors, fishing, riding horses, and savoring the tranquility that fame had long denied him. He granted interviews infrequently, and when he did, he spoke with humility, always acknowledging the Gunsmoke cast and crew rather than seeking personal acclaim. Those who knew him described him as deeply loyal, gentle, and thoughtful, a man who never allowed stardom to alter his fundamental character. Even in his retirement, he maintained a strong connection with his fans. He personally responded to letters and often expressed his gratitude that people still remembered him and the show that had defined his career. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Arness briefly returned to television for several Gunsmoke reunion films, reprising his legendary role one final time. Witnessing him back as Marshal Dillon brought immense joy to fans who had grown up watching him embody honor and integrity week after week. Following these appearances, he quietly receded from public view once more, living the remainder of his life away from Hollywood's frenetic pace until his peaceful passing in 2011 at the age of 88. Amanda Blake, after her departure from Gunsmoke in 1974, also entered a period of transition. While she continued to make a few television appearances and take on small film roles, her passion had shifted significantly towards animal welfare. Her profound love for animals became her life's mission, and she leveraged her fame to effect meaningful change. She played a pivotal role in establishing the Arizona Animal Welfare League, one of the first no-kill animal shelters in the United States, and dedicated herself tirelessly to the protection of endangered wildlife. Many individuals who encountered her in her later years described her as warm, compassionate, and imbued with a strong sense of purpose, qualities that rendered her every bit as heroic as her on-screen persona. Regrettably, Amanda's later years were marked by significant health challenges. Her prolonged struggle with smoking ultimately led to cancer, and despite her valiant fight, she passed away in 1989 at the age of 60. Her death was a profound sorrow for her fans and for those who cherished her personally. Amanda's enduring influence resonates not only through the enduring appeal of Gunsmoke, but also in the countless animal lives she championed. Both she and RS left an indelible mark that surpasses mere celebrity, offering a profound sense of genuineness and compassion that continues to inspire. Even now, reruns of Gunsmoke evoke memories of an era when television protagonists embodied honor, fidelity, and quiet fortitude. Their shared synergy, professional acumen, and unwavering devotion to their artistry irrevocably shaped the landscape of American television. Ultimately, James Arness and Amanda Blake transcended their roles as mere performers. They evolved into emblems of fortitude, modesty, and poise. Though their later years were spent away from the public gaze, their influence remained monumental. They found contentment in simplicity, fulfillment in purpose, and bequeathed a timeless testament that genuine significance is not gauged by renown. It is measured by the connections fostered and the principles upheld, even as the spotlight recedes. 6. The revelation, the reason behind the absence of a kiss between Marshal Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty. For numerous decades, enthusiasts of Gunsmoke pondered, debated, and even became fixated on a single query. Why did Marshal Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty Russell never share a single on-screen embrace? Despite 2 decades of palpable chemistry, the unspoken connection between James Arness and Amanda Blake was undeniable, and viewers sensed the unexpressed affection in every look, every pregnant pause, every subtle gesture. Yet, from 1955 to 1975, that pivotal romantic moment remained absent. The explanation, when James Arness finally divulged it, was both unexpected and remarkably insightful. In a rare interview conducted late in his life, Arness elucidated that the decision was never born of timidity, apprehension, or a lack of mutual attraction. Instead, it stemmed from a conscious choice to safeguard the enchantment, the enigma, and the emotional richness of their relationship. He acknowledged that he and Amanda had contemplated the possibility of a kiss on multiple occasions, but he believed that crossing that threshold would have fundamentally altered their dynamic. To Arness, the beauty of Matt and Kitty's connection resided in its restraint, a love that was implied, deeply felt, yet never fully consummated. He articulated, "Once you kiss, it's over." The building anticipation, the longing, that is what resonated with the audience. That is what lent their bond authenticity and timelessness. This disclosure illuminated not only their characters, but also Arness himself, revealing an individual with a profound understanding of narrative and human emotion, a rarity among actors. He recognized that audiences invest in the unfolding journey rather than solely the conclusion, and that the unspoken affection between Matt and Kitty possessed a power no single kiss could ever replicate. Certain insiders offered additional context, suggesting that studio policies and the prevailing television conventions of the era, which often discouraged overt romantic displays, particularly on a long-running primetime series, also played a role. However, Arness underscored that the ultimate decision was his, a reflection of his professional integrity, his profound respect for Amanda Blake, and his unwavering commitment to the characters. He was unwilling to jeopardize the finely tuned dynamic that had served them so effectively for so many years. Amanda herself never voiced any regret regarding the absence of a kiss. On the contrary, she reportedly respected Arness's judgment, understanding that their camaraderie and collaborative partnership held far greater significance than catering to audience expectations. For the viewers, the revelation was startling as it defied every anticipation cultivated over 2 decades. However, in retrospect, it made perfect sense. The unconsummated romantic narrative of Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty became all the more memorable precisely because it remained unresolved. It allowed viewers to project their own sentiments, to envision endless possibilities, and to eagerly return to Dodge City week after week, drawn by the tension, the mutual respect, and the deep emotional bond that transcended mere romance. Arness's candid confession also highlighted his humility and intellectual depth, demonstrating that his dedication to his craft and to his audience extended far beyond reciting lines. He had meticulously considered the long-term repercussions of every action, thereby preserving the integrity of the story and the characters he had embodied for an extended period. In unveiling the truth, James Arness not only addressed a question that had lingered for decades. He provided audiences with an exemplary lesson in storytelling, subtlety, and the potency of restraint. The ultimate truth is unequivocally clear. Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty never shared a kiss because their affection was not defined by a singular moment of passion. It was rooted in respect, loyalty, and the quiet, enduring connection that rendered their narrative timeless. And perhaps this is why, even today, Gunsmoke continues to enthrall viewers. Because some of the most profound moments in both life and art are those that remain unexpressed. If you have been captivated by the untold narrative behind James Arness and Amanda Blake, do not let this moment pass. Click the subscribe button now and hit the like button to become part of a community dedicated to uncovering the authentic stories behind the legends. Each click, each comment, and each shared video contributes to bringing you more hidden truths, surprising revelations, and behind-the-scenes secrets. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What surprised you the most? Was it Arness's decision, Amanda's devotion, or the profound depth of their unspoken bond? And do not scroll away, as the forthcoming video will delve even deeper into Hollywood's most perplexing enigmas. Subscribing is not merely an act of support. It is your access pass to exclusive narratives, insider disclosures, and a front-row seat to history as you thought you knew it. Do not miss out. The truth awaits, and the journey has only just begun.